welcome to this week's episode of Like We in the
House.
This podcast focuses on a variety of various topics where me and my siblings just explore the differences between our opinions, siblings, on these topics. We also add to the conversation a little bit more expertise from a seasoned point of view with our father, and each week a special guest. You got it. Keep going. This week's topic is communication. It rules the nation. It definitely rules the nation. As you can see,
why you didn't communicate? That was my part.
And why are you talking over me?
We're communicating.
No, not effectively.
But we're communicating.
Nonetheless, this week's episode is communication and all things involved. So, how would you rate yourself as?
I'm horrible. I am a horrible communicator. I will tell the truth right now. But I do like to talk on the phone though a lot. Threw you off, didn't it?
That equates to being.
I know. I just wanted to put that out there. But no, I am not a really good communicator if I'm just going to be honest. What about you?
I think I'm the best one in the world. Yeah. I'm a straight shooter. That's what they call me.
What makes you the best communicator in the world?
Because I can make you cry.
Yeah. Wait. What? That equals to being the best communicator?
Yes.
Why?
Because I'm not like a wolf in sheep's clothing. You see me coming. Like,
but that doesn't make you a good communicator.
I think it's the best. Like, I keep it 100. That's what they say. 100.
That doesn't make you the best communicator.
I think it does.
What do you think your daddy is? You think he's a good communicator?
How we gauge this?
Do you think Dad is a straight shooter as well?
Yeah.
So would he be the best communicator in the world?
I statements. I can't speak from his point of view. So why don't we just get him over here so we can see how he feels about himself and his communication skills?
I'm not calling.
Why?
He cussed me out last week.
About what?
My communication.
But you've already admitted that you piss poor at it.
I didn't say piss poor. Call again, Jrock. XaPariise got a question for you.
Thank
you speak for XaPariise?
Are you a good communicator, Father?
Mm-hmm. I'm an excellent communicator.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how good are you?
I'm a 10.
What makes you a 10?
Because I have a choice of how I want to communicate, depending on who I communicate with.
How do you feel like you communicate with your kids?
The way I fucking want to. Because y'all should already fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on who knows you and who don't know you. If you know me, then I might communicate with you a little bit different because you're trying my patience. If you do not know me, then I may communicate with you for you to get to know me.
So do I try your patience?
All the time. You're trying it right now.
Do you wish you never had him?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you wish you never had him?
What about
I
XaPariise?
communicate that.
You're a great communicator. I like that. You communicated that effectively with me.
Because he was honest about just that.
So, is that what we're talking about today?
Communication. It rules the nation.
Who came up with that idea?
The one who communicated to us today.
Okay.
I mean, without communication, where would we be in this world?
Mm-hmm. Where would you say?
Lost, speaking ape language.
No shade. Probably would. You didn't catch it, did you? Because you're not a great communicator. Listen, the thing about it is, communication has changed over time, and it keeps evolving. And sometimes, as you evolve in communication, like she just said, we would be ape speaking at one point. He was. You're here. Communication. Sometimes when somebody miscommunicates, you can correct them so they can effectively communicate.
Hey.
So.
Preaching.
He was talking to you.
Did you pick that up though? We're teaching you.
But he was giving you the lesson.
Let's rewind and see.
I want to hear from.
Like back to what I was saying. When you was saying the ooh ooh ah at one time,
I never said any of that.
You beat your chest.
It's a gesture.
It could be ooh ooh ah ah. It could be me gee. Yeah, come whatever.
Come on.
Goes crazy. Goes.
Whatever it is. It goes from caveman all the way up to the present day. Communication change as time go on. Some people be stuck in the past and they don't want to accept that the way we communicate today is not the way we communicated yesterday. We're not walking around here saying, "How art thou?"
I actually do like that.
You say, "How art thou" now?
Yeah.
Well, take it back. But like I said, we don't speak in those type of languages anymore. But you know, even with the way we communicate with social media and all that stuff now, like with me, I just find it crazy that everybody's so introverted now. Oh, but when they get on, they can go in your DMs, they can be all under your posts. They have these strong thumbs. They have a lot of heart behind them thumbs. But then you see them in person, they mute. What the hell is that? So,
Communicating.
But do you think like that could be because of like where they are in life? Some people don't know how to like have conversations in person.
that is true. But it has also dumbed down society and not allowed people to open up their fucking mouth. You see how I just communicated that?
Aggressively.
That's because the world is pissing me off with communication.
I really want to see what our guest has to say about this topic. So, without further ado, we'd like to bring to the set the one and the only. He is an all-around butch queen in the ballroom scene. He is multi-nominated for of the years. He sets the runway ablaze, as well as realness. You ain't telling him from your uncle, your daddy, your matters not.
This is communication. What the hell is a butch queen?
You will see. Oh.
Bring on my cousin, Phènom!
How's it going?
Good. How about you guys?
Y'all, this is my favorite person. I'm sorry. This is my favorite person. This is my cousin. I love him so much.
And speaking of, our Phènom is going to be called cousins.
Work that out.
Oh, wow.
So,
Did you just come up with that?
I think that's good though. That's good.
yes, I did. I just told you
It's okay.
communication. And a big part of communication is actively listening.
Mm.
Yeah. Thanks.
Actively listening? What did I not actively listen to?
Clearly, when I said, "Oh, I have an idea about our Phènom, like a good name for them,"
And let me tell y'all where she cut the communication off.
right there.
She stopped right there and didn't elaborate or go further.
Of course,
So this
then
is
when
my first time hearing it.
It's all of
just
our
like-
first time hearing it, and I wanted it to be a surprise
Because we have the
because we have the founder of Cousins here with us. Are you mad?
Man.
When y'all get these text messages from United Black Ellument, I want y'all to date it back to where it says, "Hey, cousins." But hey,
United Black Ellument.
Mhm.
Shout out to UBE.
Shout out to UBE.
Y'all are the one.
Your camera's right there.
Ellument, like deep element.
Now, as it relates to communication, has there ever been a time where you have effectively communicated, or you felt like you effectively communicated?
That is such on the spectrum. What's it?
It's gonna be a lot on the spectrum.
And today's word is spectrum.
Well, no, it really is because you can feel like you communicated effectively, but
what
it
makes
probably
you?
cannot be effective.
What make you feel like that? What makes you feel like it was effective
What makes me feel like it's effective?
from your point of view?
It aligns with my morals and what I would want for the person and for myself while communicating.
I agree. How do you feel about that? Have you ever effectively communicated? Anything? Can you give us an example?
When I'm in these meetings at work, we have to effectively communicate with each other to make sure that these events that we put on happen, day in and day out. So I am actively and effectively communicating with my team at work.
I love that for you.
Thank you so much. Shout out to UB.
Shout out to you. What about you, Mr. Johnson?
The way to gauge to make sure that you effectively communicate with people is through feedback. Not only through feedback.
Sorry, he's communicating.
Like I said, not only through feedback, you have to know your audience. Once you know your audience and how each person is going to take what you're saying, you see what I'm saying? Now you can, I can't talk to you the way that I talk to someone else because they may not take it the same way if I know these people. So you got to know your audience first. But the feedback from the person that the person gives, that's why I always tell people to check for acceptance. When you tell somebody something, you always say, how you feel about that? Or either, what do you think about that? Somebody might say, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Or somebody might say, I get it. Or either yes, or either they may give you some feedback. That's how you know you're effectively communicating because of the feedback they gave to you because you checked for acceptance of what you said. Now, that's how you can run down on a motherfucker too. If they sit up here and they say, oh no, it's good, I understand, all this kind of stuff. Then later on, they got a problem. Then you say, now when we talked, I asked you, how did you feel about that? And your response was what? That's how you can find a liar. That's how you can find a fake ass bitch.
Wait, slow down.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. So what is the time that we've ineffectively communicated? Like, you just know flat out, you was just dog wrong.
I want to hear you first.
Ineffectively?
Yes. I want to hear it from XaPariise first.
When I just know I was wrong? I don't think I ever just communicate anything wrong. Like, for real. Like, I feel like I'm so spot on when it comes to communicating. Like, I'm empathetic, I'm considerate, and I'm very clear and direct.
So when you go live, do you feel like that's ineffective or do you feel like that's effective?
From my point of view, it's very effective. You know, I feel a lot better after I'm done. So, I mean, you're on the other side of the screen. How do you feel when I'm live? Do you agree with my points? Do you understand where I come from?
I understand. I understand where the people, if you don't know, like Jrock just said, if you don't know a person, sometimes it can be taken the wrong way. And so I feel like sometimes if the people are newer to the group, they miss the message. They hear the delivery. And I think sometimes overall that's what fucks everybody up. A lot of times people want to just focus on how the delivery was given and not what the actual message was.
The reason why they want to focus on how delivery is given because everybody's set up there and handicapped this new society. They know what you're saying is true, even when you have not got to like a level of where they feel like, oh, you're being rude or you're being angry. You can literally communicate stuff to people, but they don't have this one word that we keep saying. They don't hold themselves accountable. Once they have to hold themselves accountable, now it's your delivery. It wasn't the delivery until they had to hold themselves accountable. And that's when I say, fuck all of them, and I say what the fuck I want to say, because I can catch when I'm talking to someone and you got it. And when I see that you got it, my first feeling is, okay, I got to cross to them. But when you start going, but, you know what? No, okay, I'll see where we're going here.
Have you ever ineffectively communicated?
Yes.
What was it like, the experience for you?
Definitely felt bad about it. I know there's a lot of emotions around it because I know that I need to be more assertive, I guess I could say, or less afraid of coming off strong.
Like what they're feeling,
that's a really big flaw for me, especially like with my loved ones, or like people that I can think I have a connection to. It's just like disappointment or the idea of just being that type of person. It just doesn't sit well in my spirit, and it eats me up sometimes. Like, damn bad. Like,
but what about when somebody ineffectively communicates with you? How do you feel?
Like they need space. What gullible be like they need somebody to show them a different way, you know. I don't have to be one of them, but they be eating me, you know, bite me in the ass, you know. I need a little bit of that special sauce, y'all. I need a little bit of that Ebony powder or something shit because, you know.
But why?
I am just not equipped. And they be eating me up, you know. Like,
but that you can't be like, just on, like, what part of it eats you up?
It's not about just being honest, because I really hold it like on my neck and my shoulder, you know? Like, I need to be honest. The thing is, honesty is always accepted. And honesty can, hear me out, too much honesty is toxic.
Too much honesty is toxic?
Can you explain too much honesty being toxic? Because maybe I'm the most toxic person. Because I live by honor, courage, and commitment.
Well, it could be something different for you, Tony. You know what I'm saying? That we got different deliveries.
I need to hear yours.
You get what I'm saying? Well, I would say, like, for me, especially if it's like romantic, I just want like all the walls just like knocked down. You know what I'm saying? I want us to be able to take, you know what I'm saying, anything by the balls, you know what I'm saying, just go for it, you know what I'm saying, try to be in love, not be wanting all that, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times when it's not going well, it'll sit like on my chest and like it'll build up, and before you know it, I done told you something and now you just think something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to communicate so we can find a solution together. Like I done went through that, like, I'd been like mistreated, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. So, you know what I'm saying, afterwards, as bad as it sounds, you know what I'm saying, I had to start liking somebody else, you know what I'm saying?
So does that mean that you're not being honest? Because not necessarily being honest, you're not giving the information and it's building up, because that doesn't sound like being honest is toxic. That sounds like you was holding out and you didn't want to make a problem, and then when you finally told the truth, they thought it was something totally different and they blew it all out of proportion, and you're like, listen, I'm just...
No, I don't hold on to things. You get what I'm saying? I'm not the grudge type. So
where did the honesty become toxic?
Because at that point, I had done all I could do. You get what I'm saying? Listen, don't say all the communication. You get what I'm saying? I had all these, you get what I'm saying, conversations with me and the person. I would try to look out for answers. You get what I'm saying? I did all I could. So at that point, you get what I'm saying, I'm not gonna say changing, but you get what I'm saying, my eyes started to look elsewhere and they needed not to. You get what I'm saying? So I ended up disclosing that because I wanted it to be nipped in the bud.
So you're saying like your truth about how your feelings had basically changed, it can sometimes be bad?
Yeah, especially like, because I communicate that, like,
and then when you communicate it now, there's this negative vibe, but it's negative energy coming through because you're trying to be honest.
Like I'm trying to sing my song, but I love it. I said, what I need to do nothing.
So do you feel like boundaries plays a part in that too? Like you're trying to respect that other person's boundaries as well?
Ask you.
Like do you feel like sometimes when you say like honesty is too much honesty, but also like looping in communication, do you feel like you're trying to respect your person's boundaries of like how much they can possibly take, like intake when it comes to communication or honesty? So like if me and you are together and I know like, you know that I can't handle the truth all the time the best way, do you like, I don't know, like try to hold back a little bit?
No, because I believe everybody deserves, you know what I'm saying, a fair chance, even if you show ineffective communication in the past. Just to give you a chance, you know what I'm saying, to notice me and to know this is a safe space.
So as it relates to the word spectrum, could you kind of unpack that for us? Like a person on the spectrum versus a person that's not on the spectrum. And is there like
a person on the spectrum of communication you can converse well with. You can understand and reach a solution. A person not on the spectrum, you might as well just pay it. Because, especially that's a word for me, because here I will, still trying to communicate. You know, saying something to a person and they not getting it and they running me over and I'm crying because I don't know why you can't see me. And that's what I said, I need some of that. Probably from you. When I really need that, so I can be like, hey, man.
See, the man doing like this when he's seasoning the food.
You don't know what Salt Bay did that? He was like, yeah, I need all of that. I need all of that.
Communication?
In other words, he's saying that there are people that know that communication is also situational. And to try to open up your mind to understand where somebody's coming from, even if it's not from your point of view. But if somebody is one way of thinking, period, they're not trying to hear you. And then that becomes very frustrating when you really thought, because a lot of things start coming in your head. The first thing is, you not who I fucking thought you was. Because for you to sit up here and just completely not try to understand me because of your way of thinking, that's where you're ready to fight, or whether you say, you know what, I think we need to. Then they go like this, why? So you want us to just be here? Like, you just want this to happen? You don't want to hear me. You see what I'm saying? So it's situational. Mm-hmm. And you have to be able to know how to effectively communicate with different people, different walks of life, different backgrounds, different emotions. And when you're talking to people, you have to be what they call tactfully proficient.
That is true.
What?
Because when you come into, like, when I know that I'm dealing with certain participants here, each participant is different. So it's just like, if I know you're sensitive, I know I can't come at you with the rah-rah communication or whatever. If I know somebody like you,
what is somebody like me?
Giving you the best we got.
Someone like you, I just got to tell you straight up of how it is and what it is. Like, I'm not gonna beat around the bush with it.
Like wolf?
That's what the cameraman said.
Someone
That's what she called herself.
You said you're not a sheep's in wolf's clothing. You're the wolf.
You see her coming.
You did communicate that.
You know why? Because
the Crown Plaza.
This is Crown Plaza.
If someone is you communicated earlier that you're straight to the point, you're straight this, you're straight this, straight. That's also how you might receive communication. You're going to eventually say, what the fuck are you trying to say?
I don't know, and that's the great thing, because although I mean, I'm just the type of person, like, I be trying to tell people, I'm at the finish line waiting for you. I'm always there, like, hello, come on, like, let's get to the point. And then on the opposite side, it's also like, I don't feel like people treat me for who they know me to be. People want me to change to fit their mold, and that's what makes me so stubborn, because I'm not. I feel like I respect people with differences, and, you know, I'm not aggressive to everybody.
So you think?
I'm not. Like, when I first met Adam, I'm not just walking up to Adam like cussing him out. He invited himself to my space. So, you know, you get what you get. Same thing with him. I told him straight up, I'm like, I don't really know if you're going to be my friend. He was like, I don't know what you mean by that. Because
when you really find out, I don't know if you're going to be able to handle that.
Yeah, I'm not switching it, you know?
But that's back to being tactfully proficient. Tact is when you think about how somebody's going to take this before you even speak. So now it helps you formulate how you're going to say it. You see what I'm saying? Because if you don't do that, like I said, you have many different people, many different walks of life, upbringings, or whatever.
I think that could be a two-edged sword, though, because that goes to this generation is I feel with a lot of people who are overthinkers, because, like, people who think before they speak kind of, right, I feel like you kind of process stuff like that, which is why you don't.
But that could be situational too.
But I mean, he's like that all the time. That is not.
But that's another thing when you're using tact, though. If you know you're supposed to deal with an overthinker, you already know that you're in for a workout.
Oh.
And that's the problem with
workout.
but that's what I'm saying. That's I'm talking about a mental, emotional workout. If you care for a person enough, then you will get yourself ready for. They're not gonna take it this way. They're gonna take it this way. I'm gonna say it like this, and they may get it the first time, but I know I'm supposed to go back and forth. Get ready for it already, because if you get ready for it already, when they keep on getting, you just sitting there, you can really communicate. If you're not ready for it, it's gonna turn into an argument.
Yeah, that's true.
Argument, conversation. An argument is when two people trying to figure out who's right. A conversation is trying to get to what's right. You see what I'm saying? So,
would you agree?
Okay. So there is a difference between like verbal communication and physical communication. Which do you feel like you do the best or the most?
Verbal, I would hope no physical communication going on. Sounds scary. Well, no, I say maybe more so verbal.
What about you? Verbal.
I'm a physical communicator.
and I'm a mixture of both because I cannot hide shit on my face. Unless I want to. If I know I'm going into a room of where I need to protect myself, then you may not know what I'm thinking. But I'm just saying, just me personally, physical communication does not always mean that you're going to go do something. Physical communication can be your body motions, your movement, how you sitting, is your arms crossed, are they open, are you squinting at me, are you looking at me like, but you think I'm lying? You see what I'm saying? Physical communication, you don't have to say anything. Physical communication can be your mama looking at you going like this, and you like,
yeah,
oh shit.
And see, my mom put me in trouble after I like call people out about it because, like, for instance, in the club, like greeting in the club, either just greet me or don't greet me at all. You know what I mean? Like, when you hug me, don't pat me on the back. Like, don't do that.
You don't want people to give you the church hug?
You don't hate the church hug because it's just so like. Girl, you could have just said, "Hey."
See, you wasn't raised in the church. So
no, because I'm a physical communicator. So, like, you know, just like if the other person don't, you know, receive you back, you can feel that. So,
you
like,
can feel that fake hug.
Yeah, I don't want
just
that.
Said, hey,
you could just kept that.
Don't give me no.
So you don't like a side hug?
Side? How do you even accomplish that?
Then reach inside.
Oh!
The side hug is. Let me tell you something about that side hug though. That side hug really pissed me off because, especially when you're trying to talk to someone, right? Or you see that they know that you are interested in them, right? And you're trying to talk to someone, but when they hug you like a. That gives me that like, are we not?
Yes, or like when you hug like this.
Like, what is this?
Like with your back pushed there. Like, what is going? Like you didn't want to touch me at all. Like when they just put their frontwards forward.
I feel like a side hug too is a way of letting everybody else know, or there's somebody in the room. That's how I know a hoe.
What?
By the side hug. Because when someone side hugs, especially in the club, that means that they want to ensure that everybody else
don't even see people side hug.
Baby, I have been shouldered many times. I was like, we got to play football.
Shoulder goes crazy.
Yes, it's almost like a.
Cousin,
where is the hug? Like,
have you been side hugged
or shouldered?
Do you give out side hugs?
Do you give out shoulders?
That's that physical communication. I'm telling you, that's that physical communication. When people are genuinely happy to see you, they hug you. Hey, you know, like they hug.
I got a question. So when y'all hug in the gay scene, I go high. You go. She knew I was going with it. I go low every time. Like I feel like that asserts my dominance.
If it's a film queen, I go low, or I do side hug. But if
it's one film queen that I did like.
You topped her? Oh wow.
I topped her.
What about you? Do you go high or do you go low?
It's definitely go like this.
Low.
Dear me.
And you know what?
Do nobody do like?
That's church.
I do like that.
No, I see a couple people in the club like go half and half.
That's a fellowship. That's a fellowship hug. I'm telling you, when you go over like this and they go over the top, there is no. There's like no. That is a friendly brother sister. Like, hey,
Can
like.
I say so? Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm scared of that one because like you have to know like directional how you going in with the face. Cause that could end so badly.
You putting too much thought into it.
No,
You really put too much.
How could they?
And then like you see what I mean? You go in and like,
But
If you go this way and they go that way, it's automatically your body.
But
I feel like it's a very
But his
natural.
appearance just went like from this angle. It was this way, so I would naturally go this way.
Right, exactly.
That's for your face.
Because they already.
exactly. What if your face don't? I'm just saying. I think it's so much easier.
Y'all need to get an ass.
I feel like the people who don't know are the ones who hesitate on the hood.
Huh?
I feel like people who don't know, like, are the
Some
ones
people
who
are
hesitate
not.
to
Some people are not huggers,
Yeah,
or
me,
or they didn't grow up hugging
I don't like
that much. Like if you grew up like in a church, you hugged all the time, and the reason why, like my grandmother taught me how to hug because of females. They have breasts, so if we in church and stuff, you don't want to be all like that because that's why this right here comes because it's a respect. If you hugging somebody's wife, you don't want her titties all on you and stuff like that.
People.
You be disrespecting people if you just put them on. And like him, his hug is more of a welcoming hug. If you hug somebody like this, you know what this is saying? Oh, come on.
I mean,
how you doing, baby?
But that's not real. That's not really how it happens, though. Like that's the initial greet, but
because his hands can still go.
So do I have a good
but he has an option to do that. He can go like, look,
I got a bad hood?
this right here.
you have
No,
a bad hug. I think
No,
your hug
let me
is
tell you-
very.
Why are we
actually, because it's
It's a part of
physical
communication.
Catch this. This is a different hug. Come here and then go up there, or come here and then go down there.
Wait.
If you bring somebody
Why are we
in, like
down there?
if you bring somebody in, and when they get close to you, you up here with it. You hooked under, right? Up here is more of a hey. But if you hook in and go down at the back waist, you pulling them in.
But that could be.
No
like,
shade.
I think the
think-
gays
no,
naturally
that-
do
I
that.
do like
Like
that.
I like
Let me
to
tell you
be.
something.
If you gonna hug me like that. Like
So
I
you
wanna,
want somebody? See, that's some that.
Not on no gay shit though.
I'm about to say, most people that have a feminine nature about them, which there's nothing wrong with that, don't mind being pulled in at the waist.
Well, no. What I'm saying is like
People that
so,
have
no.
people
What you
that-
what you
people
are
that-
graphically describing. My hands will never wrap around a person's waist. I'm more like physical with my hands. So if I'm a hug you in that gesture, like my hands gonna be on your waist. Yeah.
So you got different. That wasn't his hook. This gives you options. You start off like this. You can go like this, like that. You see what I'm saying? You have options to do what you want to do. Of how I'm trying to do. If I'm trying to go like this, if I see the one that I'm with and stuff like that, I say, "Come here, baby." And then I'll go like this, and I bring you in and pull you into me. But if I see like, oh, that's Pastor such and such.
No, it has evolved. The baby one is the one arm. That's when you know you got daddy on your hand.
Who?
The one arm.
Oh, the one that I always, that's my signature.
The one armor.
Like everybody.
That right there. But
everyone
here goes the
goes,
thing. There's a difference in it though. It's always, like you said, it's communication.
Mhm.
I am a motherfucking grab everybody neck kind of person. You know why? Because it gives, bring your hands over. How you been? Ah.
I put him in a headlock.
A neck?
No, I always go like this. Like if I do, like I said, or if I see somebody, I'll grab, like that's how my papa always did. Bring your hands over here, boy. It's almost like sunning a motherfucker. Like when you grab somebody like this and you talking to them like this is like a fatherly. Do you see somebody that you like? Somebody like, hey, how you been? Everything been good?
Yes.
No, they not gonna do that.
Yes.
So when y'all communicate in the club, are y'all more face to face, or like you a person who has to be like in very close proximity? I'll start off. I very much so like to you. Okay, so you know how like some people talk like this,
Like how we are right now.
exactly like this.
New York.
I
style.
like to talk like if I'm talking, I'm gonna be in your ear.
Please don't, because I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling in my
You live
ear.
in Texas?
Yeah.
You ever heard bag? When you give you 50 feet.
I don't like the talk. Please don't talk close to my ear.
Please don't.
That creeps me out. It makes me cringe.
That reminds me of that little cartoon that they be using as a meme.
Like if it's my person, then yeah.
I mean, because in the club, how can you hear what's going on?
Because we could be somewhere in the club. Like,
and that's
I'm not going to try to talk to you in the club. I don't want to talk to you in the club.
I'll be like,
last Wednesday, this boy
text
to me. We had a whole full-fledged conversation. He was like,
unless I'm trying to tell, like, point something out to somebody that like something.
First of all, there's club talk though.
What? There's club etiquette?
Yes.
Can we say that for another episode? Club etiquette.
Yeah, club etiquette.
Can we bring you back for that? Actually,
club
we can
etiquette.
talk about like how you get ready because you're so stylish.
Right, that'll be fashion and club etiquette. But I'm just saying, it's the way you talk to people in the club. When music and decibels that are loud, I'm not trying to sit here and have a whole beautiful conversation with you in the club, and you probably blowing my high right now, my natural high.
That's on the spectrum.
I don't need you sitting up for holding a whole conversation with the music loud. That's why we have a patio.
So how do y'all?
That's why we have conversation areas. This right here, a club conversation, be like, say something real quick. You supposed to be able to. We're drinking, we're dancing, we're moving around the club. Hey, where's such and such in the bathroom? All right, now. Hey, have you seen him? How have everything been today? Well, I don't have to.
I start my communication when I hug you. Like,
no.
Hey, I'm right there, ready to talk to you. Hey, how's it going?
You're weird. No, I can't yuck your yum.
How do y'all communicate in the bedroom that you guys want to try new things?
Is that part of the script?
No. It is now.
No, girl, let's stay to the topic.
Oh my God.
They want to communicate in the bedroom.
Let's go to virtual communication. Oh, she was horny.
What?
She hadn't bothered.
Wait a minute.
She was Little Caesars ready.
Hot and ready. You was hot and ready after just
They
talking
said
about
they call
hugging.
you a
We went from
$5
hugging and now you ready to talk about how we go down in the bedroom?
Basically, you a $5 hoe, but I don't know how.
What?
I'm
crazy.
done communicating.
99.
But let's talk about virtual communication. So we have all types of ways of like now virtually communicating where it start off like dial-up chat rooms. Now we move into the digital world of cell phones. So would you say that you're a texter or a phone caller or a FaceTimer?
Texter.
I hate a text.
I don't think that you're really good at texting.
He's not. He'll text you, but I texted him 2 weeks ago. And he just now responded to tell me that he was on his way here.
You ain't have to do that. But no, I feel like my point can come across so much more beautifully in the text.
The words?
Yeah.
Words are always so misconstrued though.
Words are. It's better than me tripping up while I'm on the phone because if it's a lot going on, I'll start tripping. Or I like lose my point.
And the first thing I think is you lying and you're like, no, I'm just trying to get.
I can see that.
Stuttering.
Yeah. Okay. Especially if you give me a little drama, I trip up. If all my bullets I had, I just forgot all the points. So now it just sounds like
I'm like that. I don't know. I use both. Like I feel like I'm really both because, like you said, I'm gonna send my point first, and then we could like talk it out once you get done reading it.
I do not like texting, and I think I don't like texting because like AJ has this bad habit of like wanting to be Alexa. So like it might be something happened on Facebook, and I'd be like, oh, what happened? Then he just starts reading. Like I want to read it myself.
But she just asked me what happened.
Straight.
You just say what happened. What about you? Are you a texter?
I just realized something. Because that bugs the shit out of me. You do that. Like, I'll be like, why are you reading this? Like, we'll be on the phone, and you'll be like, did you see what happened today? No, what happened? Today, and blah, 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 blah. Why are you fucking reading this to me? You just told me what happened, so I can go read it.
Like,
I could have, but I want y'all to understand what it was.
You want us to feel it the way you felt it. Through your tone and how you read it. But anyways, I'm just now starting to become a good texter because for a long time I just resented it and I just rejected it because I did not understand why do I have to write something to you that I can just tell you. Yeah. If we can just pick up the phone, because my thing was this, so much is lost in the tone of words. But then I found out with taking communication classes that it's because of how you are when you take the patience to actually text and make sure that they understand your tone, accept the emojis, accept the acronyms to make sure that they know that this was not a text of malice and stuff. It takes patience to write a text to make sure that they understand your delivery and your tone.
Do you use technology to its fullest advantage?
No, I don't. I just started. That's why I said I'm just now starting, because I'm realizing that I will not effectively be able to communicate with today's, not even the generation, today's society.
Have you ever sent an invisible text?
A what? What'd you say?
You got an Android.
What did you say?
Do you send an invisible text? Or have you ever sent an invisible text?
That's not
Like when you go to the secret conversation?
No.
He doesn't know how to do
when
it.
you say
We have to teach you how to do it, because I feel like if you are going to be a better communicator through text, like I want you to excite me. Like I send slams and
we just had this conversation like a week ago. So
I mean, well, I do
decorate my
I don't
screen.
know why. See, I didn't know it's called invisible text. I didn't know
invisible
that's what it was
text.
called.
You never send him an invisible text?
No, I send them. Did you not hear?
You need to do that.
You didn't hear when whatchamacallit? You didn't hear when Infinity said this is why you don't give old people iPhones?
Oh yes.
Because I know how to be like the like the fireworks for your birthday.
There you go.
The expressions, the little cartoon person. That's why I whooped your ass. And stuff, but it's like a little.
You do that.
So, I mean, I know how to do it, but this is what I feel. That's weird.
What's weird about it?
Why can't I just told you that? Why couldn't I say that with my voice? Why can I? That's why I like the
You
voice.
can send voice memo.
That's what I love about the voice emojis now, because you can hear my tone.
But you put a different face on it.
But no, I put my little cartoon avatar on there, because my thing is, I swear for God, you can literally say.
I know his avatar just.
No.
Bitch, I said it. The fuck? I just know that. just with that black screen, bitch.
And I have to say that even with the rejection of the new technology and all this stuff, versus just talking, and it's kind of scary how technology has got so good with AI and all this kind of stuff and everything. But I think I do appreciate that it shows your expressions.
Can I take a detour on the flight real quick? We can stand there. We don't need to land out. But when they had posted that video of Dad, look.
I
thought that was him for real. AI is very tricky.
I did think it was.
I was like, oh yeah.
We'll go into that on another topic about deep fakes, AIs, and everything. I could teach y'all a whole class.
By the fourth move, I had said, okay, I don't know if this but the first three moves,
It was eating
because this one,
yes.
I did think it was.
I said, bitch, where was they at?
I know. I was like, when did you have time to learn this?
Everybody come up talking about, why he hit it so hard?
So hard. It's so like smooth. Like,
I mean, I'm very
he's a
smooth.
young
I could do
dad.
that if I wanted to.
So they call cool moms milfs. What do they call dad? Chocolate milks?
What? It's a milfs.
It's called DILFs.
It matters not.
So what do y'all feel about communicating with just emojis?
I'm not ever communicating with just emojis.
Why not?
Really? Can I ask you?
That's too deep into the future for me.
Let me ask you a
See,
question.
that's
The emojis are too deep into the future?
Other emojis to decorate the text, you can say it's all fine, but as far as just...
So let me ask you, if somebody sent you the tongue emoji just by itself, how would you feel? Like, what would that communicate?
We would need to set up the scene still a little bit.
What's set it up?
So, I mean, obviously, like, there's somebody who, you know.
You're interested in.
Yeah. And then they just, like, send you the tongue. What would you feel? How would you feel? What would you read that as?
How would you respond?
We'll get to the response. One moment. This is your camera right there.
Oh, sorry. But that's just weird. I'll be like,
You
wait.
think it's weird?
I'll be like, what you thinking?
Thank you, cousin. Me and ZaPariise had this conversation like a week
What you
ago,
thinking?
and I told her, I was like, that is so weird to be
Some
like.
means you're just salivating. You're like hungry.
Hungry? You identified as
I'm
hungry?
thirsty. But listen, this is
No, just the fat tongue, not the emoji with the tongue out.
the fat tongue. I can tell you, but my thing is, it just depends on the person that you're sending it to too. Because like if you was to just send me the tongue, to me, I'm trying to figure out who's sending me this, right? Like if I know who's sending me this, then I know what it's about. But that could be so many different things. Because when I first seen the tongue, you know what I thought it was? You know how when people first hear like their favorite song or something, they go. That's what I thought. That's what I think about. Or either when somebody making fun of you, like.
No, see, I use it, and that's why I said
the tongue by itself is giving me like.
I use it as a means of response. So like on Hump Day, you know.
Yeah, like whatever applies to the story.
The tongue is giving you want to eat their ass thing.
Yeah, that's what
I would have never got that. Like just it depends on where it's coming. If my ass was out and somebody sent a tongue, duh.
So what if the person of interest what if someone that you guys have interest in just sent you the purple devil emoji?
The purple devil emoji, I have just automatically from learning, just from being that's their own demon time.
I don't think so.
What you thought it was?
I'm evil.
No,
I'll take it as both.
See?
You take it as
it
both?
depends because there's two devils.
But everybody still use the purple one.
There's two purple devils.
Oh, the one with the grin.
Yeah.
We're talking about the one with the grin.
There's one that is really saying demon time. Then there's one that's a devil. It's two purple emojis. Two purple devil emojis. They have different expressions.
The smiling one is what we're talking about.
What about the little red? What about the red one with the tongue out?
With the sweaty.
With the hair and stuff?
No hair. He's just red with the tongue out. Like typically I send it when it's like, damn, like you just fine.
The one with the red one gives me that you wow. You ready to get like you just like what? Demon time is I'm thinking some things. The red one is like, you ready to motorboat.
No, what? Not that one. I know what
it look crazy.
It look crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know the other red one. That other red one look kind of like Crash Bandicoot to me. I'm like, God, you want to get crazy.
Okay, so let's talk about a time when you feel like you completely just knocked communication out the bottom part and you still walked away from it as being misunderstood.
Please don't send me that ugly ass emoji.
It's very uncomfortable. They want to motivate.
Is that the emoji like a man?
It's a man with like little hair. It looks just like
it's the ugly.
Every time I see it, I just hear drums. It's very tribal. It's very tribal. And very like, you got demon time, then you got, we about to, this is satanic. This is.
It's the bitch on the back of the bus that don't be minutes.
I'm going to sacrifice you. Yeah.
Look. Okay, so what about when you have situations where obviously you feel like you just effectively just knocked it out of the park and the person just still don't understand? What you do?
Should I focus on what did I do?
What you do after that point? Like you done all that you can, you just stand.
I crow.
What was the question?
What do you do when you just done clerking somebody?
When you've done all you could to communicate effectively, the person just don't get it.
I'm gonna ball my eyes out.
Yeah, I crow.
You gonna cry?
I crow.
Why are we crying?
I mean,
you cried too. You couldn't cry no more.
You can't crow.
I crowed and crew,
I
bitch.
crow down.
I am a professional
Bitch, I
crower.
Crazy.
Bitch, I creel.
What are these words?
That's some different cries.
Have you ever creed?
I crack.
But yeah,
I'm telling you,
because I feel like after
y'all just cry.
You get frustrated when you're trying to communicate something. You know, like you're doing the best that you can. You're saying all that you could think of to like just make this person understand. And for some reason, they just don't fucking get it. It frustrates you to the point where I'm the type of person I get frustrated. Like my emotions get high like that. I'll start crying, and I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I'm frustrated.
Mm.
Yeah,
He just said
it's
he
just
creepy.
disheartening. You know, but some people are, like other people say, survivors. So they think whatever mode they're in, they gotta just, I don't know, carry it out. But I just need to learn how to navigate these things. You know what I'm saying? Before it gets there. You know what I'm saying?
Before it gets where?
Just too deep to now where I feel like I owe us. I don't know how to explain it.
I think I'm following you though.
You thinking of what you've been doing?
I am.
Okay, well, I would just say like it's like relationships. You know what I'm saying? It'll be too late. We are together. You know what I'm saying? Everything's
It's too late because y'all together.
So, yeah, like after a minute, you can't just be like, okay, yeah, let me hit it. You know what I'm saying?
Hit what?
The road.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like after a while, like I think, are you saying like, I'm gonna let you try one more time before I try to interject my bitch because I might start crowing on here.
Oh, wow.
Do not crew on this
Good.
good.
Right. What's going on? Everybody want to cruise.
One of the cameramans cried about it.
Oh, wow.
Now he's a crower.
Yeah, sensitive.
One more time, cousin. Explain it one more time for the people.
Okay, you gotta say the last part.
So you feel as though in a relationship that there's a point, I guess, once you've made it official where you should not
Just be
basically
able to
leave. You shouldn't just be able to leave. But what if it's not right? I mean, what if you rush the process? There's so many different questions that we would have to gauge on that.
And that's why I say I need some of it. You know what I'm saying? Because I need to learn how to identify these traits. You know what I'm saying? And stop being so nice.
Porous boundaries. Out the book.
Boundaries? You think that is what he likes?
What
I
I say,
do. I would like a few boundaries.
I like a few boundaries myself, cousin.
Y'all just unbound. Listen.
But I feel like boundaries goes with communication though. So now,
They do.
I mean, they do, but you have to also be able to stand on it. Otherwise,
You have to learn how
what's
to.
the point?
You have to learn, and it's a real way of this. It takes a finesse of how to, because it's a lot of I said what I said, motherfuckers out there, and it's a lot of people that don't care. But you have to teach people how to talk to you, how to communicate with you, or just leave or separate from them. Sometimes separating from that is the best thing you can do. Cry when you separate. I'd rather cry by myself than to be sitting up there studying so fucking frustrated. It takes maturity though. It takes levels. I'm not saying that all my life I was like that. Now the young Jrock, the worst thing you can do is misunderstand me. Because if you misunderstand me, I'm going to do everything in my power to get you to understand that's not what it was. Like I hate being misunderstood, right? Then by the time I got in my 30s, I was like, I'm gonna try, but if you don't get it, then, you know, now that I'm in my 40s, I told you what I said. If you didn't get it, and I know you should have, and you're just not on that level, that means it was not meant for us to be talking or us to be even saying anything. And I can literally go like this.
So
And
I
I
think
can-
I'm about to get better in a few months.
I don't know
Is that
about
how it
few
registers
months.
to you now?
I don't know how they communicated to you, but it took some time. It took some. It took some situations. It took some thing. It took me finding out myself. It took me having to let down some of my. Well, let me see what they thinking. Or well, let me see. Well, if they say that this is the way I sound, let me see. Is that really how I sound?
I mean, what my
And
take
looking
with
back at
AJ is like to just allow him to kind of see and go through, revisit emotions, although he doesn't like to. I think because, like I say, like I'm the type. I think because of my upbringing. So just to give y'all just a quick rundown, like my mom, me and her relationship is not like, you know, we besties, or like even like with my grandma. Like people are very family oriented. I'm not that. So that is just a PSA for everybody out there who be trying to figure out why I DGAF,
Don't give a fuck.
you know? And I feel like that's why I was able to master again. I don't overthink the process. Like I'm not gonna hear myself deliver news and then go back and think about, oh, how did they make you feel? I'm not doing that.
But see, I feel like would you say you feel that way sometimes? Like, you start overthinking that you feel like you have to communicate that part as well.
Yeah, like that you didn't mean it. I didn't mean it to hurt your feelings. Now, I will say, though, I have been practicing new things where now when I communicate, I always start off the conversation. I ask this question is, are we able to have a space where nobody's offended? If you say yes, then it's all fair game.
But you know what you just did right there? You just set the tone for a conversation. And in order to have a conversation, you have to have somebody that is mentally capable of having a conversation, especially having a conversation on the level of an adult conversation. A lot of people are just, they got the age, but they're not really adults. They're not mature. They're still thinking like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds. So when you try to have an adult conversation with them, they start saying you're condescending. How am I condescending when I'm talking to you? I'm talking your...
Insert clip.
You guys so much better with that word.
I'm just saying, it's like, how is this condescending when you are of age?
Listen,
I'm of age. It's like if I'm talking to somebody 42 and they're like, why are you talking down on me? I thought we were having a conversation.
I know one of them.
I literally thought we were having a conversation. I'm not trying... And then when you even say this, oh, well, I'm sorry you took it that way. I'm not trying... I'm just trying to understand. Well, that's the way you... Okay, I see where we're going here. We don't even have to have this conversation. Because now you want to argue.
Because now it makes the conversation uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, it makes it an argument. Argument. You trying to make yourself right, and I never was trying to make myself right or wrong. We're talking so we can get to what's
I hate
right.
when people don't get that you're not trying to prove that you were right.
You're just trying to communicate.
I hate that.
I think
But
that,
why do you hate that, cousin? Elaborate on that part.
Because, well, I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, I'm not just saying you guys, I'm just holding them down, but my morals happen to be, this will sound so fucked up, but like a lot better than like other people's as far as it regards to how I treat people.
Yeah.
So me being faced with somebody who's on the other side of that, you get what I'm saying, they'll love it at first, so I love his spirit, or he keep me level, you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They love it at first, but then after a minute,
You become holier than thou. I know that. I've been in those.
I'll be like, oh my God. So it's like, you're going to say when you bring up stuff, you always think I'm don't be trying to make me be no bad person. I ain't no bad person. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, I was just like, oh my God.
Could you think that your tone has a part to play in that?
I don't know what I could do better about my tone because...
Same thing I say. So I feel like, you know, I don't know how to say it. I don't. And I feel like a lot of times, even with your tone, like, because I'm very much so, again, I'm a very physical communicator. So, like, I can be as chill as all get out, but you are going to feel the wrath regardless. You know, and I feel like even people, especially people in the scene, like, I try to do things how they want me to do, and I still somehow ineffective. You know, I think that they just look at me as like, or they just hear something else.
You know why though? Take it from me. Somebody that say, let me do what they said. Hey, how y'all doing? I don't mean to sound any kind of mean. Can you please just move back and stuff like that? Now I'm like, who the fuck is you looking at? Why are you looking at me up and down? Or why, I look at it this way: when you do stuff out, you're just being so genuine. I did not show up here to argue with you. I did not show up here to make you feel less than. But I really do need you to step back. And you look at me like that. You know what you just told me? Fuck you. Now that's the worst thing you can tell me is fuck you after I have let down my. Step back, move back, move back. Today, I'm saying.
Why did you
know
see him transform to another person?
Right, because a lot of people will never understand. See, to know me is to actually know me. When they see me in the club and everything, a lot of people say, I really thought you was like crazy and me. No, that I could get an Academy Award of being a commentator. I mean, Billy Porter got an Emmy. But anyways, I could be an Academy Award because think about it. How do you run? Think about this. Do you really think that somebody can be angry from the beginning of a whole ball for hours. I'm just upset in a rage. I would probably have a fucking aneurysm or pass the fuck out because, like, no, I just know at this moment he's saying fuck you, so meet him.
Not meet him.
When I see people, when I ask somebody to do something and they do it, okay, we're communicating. That's an adult. That's somebody that, oh, Jrock need me to move. But when somebody want to challenge me, bitch, let's go.
So you're big on matching energies.
I will match your motherfucking energy, and I guarantee you I'm gonna win.
Well, I don't agree with matching energy.
I love it.
Either.
I don't match it. I overseed it. I over exceed. Like if you right here, bitch, I'm going here. If you go down here, bitch, we going to the pits of hell.
I'm going to hell every time.
But why?
Because you should have known. This is a maturity level thing.
But what?
This is a district I say maturity. That's how I say it. I said it's like people don't like being adults. I don't understand that. Like people do not like being adults. Like there's been times where I have been kind of just like a little frustrated or something like that, and I'll say something to somebody and they be like, "Oh." I'm so appreciative of those type of people because they just like they're looking and they see that everybody else make you frustrated, so they be like, I don't want to be the one that makes them frustrated, so they just move out the way or they do what you know what I'm saying. They know that I don't mean nothing. I appreciate those people, and I'm more prone to talk to those people or go back to those people because that means that you have a level of understanding that you were scoping everything and you knew that I was not trying to intentionally like. But you got some people, they woke up mad. They woke up miserable. Everybody been yelling at them, including life.
I woke up like this.
And then they come to the clubs, they come everywhere else, and they bring all that juju with them. And then the only thing you say is, can you please move? And you be like, I don't know who the fuck pissed in your fucking cornflakes this morning, but it wasn't me. I'm not fucking you. Okay? So why are you mad at me? That's where you get
communicating is hard. It's not always easy for people.
Nobody cares what you think. Okay, so
shut down.
I do.
You see what I'm saying?
I care, Adam.
Communication.
Adam, I care about what you said.
Oh, now you want to be pussy. Anyways, so we talked about all things communication. Now we're gonna get into this week's hot topic.
Communicator. Oh shit.
So this week's hot topic is
roll it up.
Queer coded Disney characters. Okay, so basically what we're gonna be talking about is like different Disney characters and seeing like what's your perspective on like how would you identify these characters. We'll start out with something easy. Ursula. Is she a dyke?
Oh my god.
Wow.
See, you cannot say that.
I'm a part of the flex, so I feel like it's kind of like the N-word. You know?
She's very masculine presenting, like Roseanne.
But would you think like she would be lesbian or like straight?
Lesbian.
Lesbian.
I'm gonna ask you a follow-up question when she gets done about Ursula specifically.
Go ahead.
Would you say that Ariel was the real villain or Ursula was the real
But that's
villain?
the unpopular opinion. We have not got on that yet, so table that.
Ariel was a fast little leech.
Ah.
Shh, behind the camera.
So what about Mufasa?
Ursula.
Would you say that Mufasa was fam?
I said Mufasa was straight.
Okay, what about Scar?
Think about it. Think about his communication and his physical communication also.
It was very snobby.
Sassy.
He didn't have a wife. It really gives Jeffree Star. So I say Star there.
Okay.
It's part of the deal.
Let's be.
Very on the spectrum.
He always had his eyeliner on.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, Jrock.
We have some more characters.
And his man
What
was
would you
black.
say about? Did you ever watch Hercules? What about Hades? You said he's not.
Gay?
Thank you.
No,
Really?
Yes, he is. That is a
no,
big.
he's not.
That's a
we
big.
had this.
That's a tall, big punk.
All the catchphrases. all the attitudes,
Oh my-
eye rolls.
What?
The
All
hand,
of
the
them.
fingers.
So,
I'm guessing y'all would say like he a bush queen.
No, he's a big sissy.
If anything, if y'all
But a
got
bush queen is a sissy.
He
No.
Hades
No,
is
it's not.
GNC.
no, Hades was a twister.
I actually feel like Hades is a drag queen.
Thank you. A big one. Hades
No
is
shade, I
Bob
can
the
see the
drag
drag.
queen. Bob the drag queen out of drag is Hades. I'm sorry,
Bob,
Bob.
I didn't say
No,
that.
I'm
You caught
I'm
a stray,
talking about
Bob.
it.
Bob never.
You caught a stray.
Don't let this affect our future endeavors.
We love you, Bob. You can come on here and read me.
So let's switch the gears and talk about unpopular opinions. Do you have any unpopular opinions that you like to
I can't think
About
of it right
Disney.
now. It's too on the spot.
on the spot?
No,
How do
we're
you feel
talking about the
Oh, wait.
unpopular opinion about Disney.
Oh no,
Like,
Oh,
this unpopular opinion
about
about anything.
oh, okay. Well, they said I thought y'all was talking about. What y'all talking about?
Like how you feel about the
Like, what we
Clovers and the Rancho Carne Toros?
I didn't really get into it like
You
that.
didn't watch the movie?
I need to watch it again in my adult life.
In your childhood
So I
life,
can
you
see
feel
who-
like
so I
what?
can really, I mean, everybody thought the Clovers ate.
Because they did.
Did they eat enough to win though? Did you look at both of
And
the
that's the
choreo-
part I need to get back to.
They did.
Okay.
I'm rooting for everybody black. Go
That's
Clovers.
racist.
The unpopular.
Even if the other team was just flat out better.
That's why I need to watch it again because if I'm not mistaken, the Toros was nice. And
They had so many things. Like they was swinging and miming.
We
Just
need to
sometimes
see
they
all the
want to
choreos because they black and they didn't get as much camera time.
That is just so dumb. They doggone hood, hello, HELLO type.
It was the whole thing. Yeah. What do you mean? I know the whole team.
They on Oprah.
Right. Boom, baby. So what do you feel about Ariel? Do you feel like Ariel was chasing back can we say the D word?
You can. This is just not for kids.
Okay. Do you feel like Ariel was chasing the D?
You done said die.
Or do you feel like she was chasing a whole new world? Shout out to Aladdin.
I'll say a whole new world.
Thank
He
you.
was just her
Thank
gateway.
you.
He was just her gateway to like just,
They
access
said-
to the world.
They said that she gave up her voice for a nigga. Do you feel like that?
Why y'all keep saying the N word?
No, she didn't give it. She gave
Oh,
it
we
up
can't
so
say
she
the
could.
I mean, I guess you can, but they just don't.
Y'all gonna have to bleep that out there.
I don't need too many marks.
But no, she definitely wanted it for herself. He was just, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
Well, help me
future, right?
to get there. And you know, I can
Come on, what's your opinion? You was so opinionated about it.
That was Adam who was opinionated. I had to fight about Ursula not being the villain.
Oh. Do you think Ursula was wrong for taking her voice?
Ariel wanted something. Ursula can do it. I mean, you already know about me, so why would you come over here wanting something?
And I got electric ears and stuff like, yeah, like.
It doesn't Ursula have a backstory of why she's like,
Because her
The evil
brother,
one?
they canceled out. It's always like that.
yes, I don't
Whatever.
She would never been a story if Ariel didn't go looking for something. Little bad ass.
She was a hoe.
Little bad fish ass.
Do you feel like Scar was wrong for what he did to Mufasa?
Yeah. You jealous.
I feel like why did you even climb up the rocks? Why you just didn't wait for the buffaloes to like be done? Like why did you need to climb?
Wait, it's saving Simba.
He already saved Simba.
And that's how you know it's a movie, because in the real wildlife.
Cause you remember
I love you, son.
No, but for real, like I feel like we blame it on Scar.
I feel like it was.
You know
I feel
what I
like it
mean?
was stupid.
Like
Because Simba was okay.
he was already okay.
He was okay.
You remember he had got him off the branch and he put him on the thing, then they knocked him again. So Simba was already set. So why do we need to climb?
I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you have? What's your unpopular opinion about Ballroom?
I don't know.
My
My unpopular, actually. Please don't fight me, please, nobody. Well, I don't know how to word it as an unpopular opinion, but for me, all that old school Phènom Queen performance, I don't get up
Y'all heard it.
I couldn't agree with you more. And you know what? If I was to say it,
I'm sorry, just no shade. I do get the essence of like what's that lady with the short hair in mainstream? And she just be, she like real light skin, she real thick. She just be like Demi. You know what I'm saying? Hers, I can get, you know what I'm saying? A couple of clips I can get about all that old school, old clips. I'll be like, where's Rince West?
what's your unpopular ballroom opinion?
Twisters are boring.
Twisters are boring?
Oh, that's not mine. That was
It's like double homicide on your head.
I thought they did something.
that's his opinion.
What's your issue with twins?
Don't give me up like that.
He's mad because the Twisters outperformed the both films these days.
We'll never know because the both films always gotta go 2 by 2.
Well, we would never know because it's the Twisters that's teaching them how to be both films.
They can't even teach themselves.
I don't look at me.
My unpopular opinion is that the youth shouldn't be on panels. And so with that, we're going to wrap up this episode.
I love the Twisters.
But why can't you be on panels? Why can't we have
We'll say that for another episode.
No, give us a quick snippet. Let the youth hear it.
like a Wednesday?
No, she put them up there.
Or you talking about like something like a Auntie Ball?
And what do you categorize as youth? Because you don't even like that
By
word.
experience is what I'm saying. So if you're only 3 years of ballroom, you should be judging nobody.
I agree with that. That's like me judging you, cousin.
But what's wrong with that?
Or Adam giving you a 10 or chop you. How'd you feel? If Adam chopped you, how'd you feel?
How would you feel versus an Adam's Tensor Chops?
That's on the
versus a
spectrum
Jrock?
because it really is though. But I feel like at this point, Adam will be looking for, you know.
Okay, well, that's my unpopular opinion. And so, thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Like We're in the House. Would you like to give everybody out there in virtual land your handles so they can follow you and book Phènom for the look? He is a great hairstylist.
Yes. Facebook, Phènom D'Beaux.
How do you spell D'Beaux?
Oh, D'_BEAUX. Instagram, shut up. Instagram and Twitter at Sincerely Phènom.
And how can they book you?
Click the book button, read the instructions. Don't piss me off.
Communication.
Rules the nation. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Like We in the
Like we in the house.
What?
We're out.
How?